Hey everybody, I wanted to make sure you were comfortable with using discussion board. So you can find the discussion board by clicking under this communication tab on the discussion board. And you'll find all of the possible discussion boards for the course open. There is a place to do a brief introduction, and I know that many of you have already done that, and a spot to access the questions board. You can access it either here or through this link. For each module, you're going to be working on a discussion board. And that discussion board has you doing the same things each time. So your initial post should be a brief summary of the content in the module, what you've learned, and an application to professional practice. So for our first module, you would talk about the initial readings and taking sides and the first video that you watched. And it doesn't have to be 8 in-text citations. It doesn't have to be lengthy. You're just kind of summing up, the first reading and taking sides, covered inclusion, and here's what I grasped from that, or here's what I take back to my school. And then that kind of lends itself into that application to professional practice. So each chapter or section in taking sides presents two different sides of a coin. So that might be labeling, that might be insurance and autism, but you are expected to pick one of those sides and discuss how that works within your world. And it's perfectly fine to say, right now I see, inclusion is working best this way. In the future, I see it headed in this way. So you're welcome to address both sides, or even say you see merit and value in both sides. Just make sure that you address that you have a position on that issue. You should include in your initial post and your responses to peers a reference to the content. Show that you're pulling your ideas from the content, but you don't have to use those APA references. And it's always nice to share additional resources and ideas. So if you found a great resource on KDE in reference to supporting students with autism, or you found a great new resource on Autism Speaks, sharing that is important. And grading for the discussion boards, 6 points are allocated for your initial post and 4 points for responses to peers. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And all the discussion boards, you're expected to post your initial post by the end of week 1 in your module, and your responses to peers by the end of week 2. So you've got 2 weeks total to work on your post. As long as you get that initial post in by the end of week 1, that's really helpful to peers who are trying to post. All right, let me know if you've got any questions. I hope you enjoy the sharing and learning.